and that's from all of the lads at the Quorn AFC Club. So, happy birthday, Steph.
Well, summer may be officially over, but you tell that to the weather. Temperatures are up to 30 degrees, make for less than ideal conditions for football, but the beautiful game halts for no one as the Isuzu FA Trophy takes over. Like their league campaign, Coventry Sphinx's FA Trophy journey kicks off against Quorn. This time the Fox Hunters host the fixture here at Farley Way. Crack open a cold one and enjoy the action live from Leicestershire with your commentator Liam Cook, sponsored by Cahill Contractors. Coventry Sphinx were left with a few defensive headaches after defeat to Sutton Coldfield last week, with Jordan Hayward already ruled out. Callum Martin sprained his ankle at Coles Lane. Joe Percy is also unavailable, along with long-term absentees Bryson and Draper. But it's not all doom and gloom for the visitors, as Kyle Carey is back from his dental issues. He's on the bench this afternoon, while former Coventry City defender William Ejengwele makes his debut after his switch from local rivals Bedworth United. Lee Phillips and Luke Downs make up the three alterations. Quorn make just the one change from last weekend's well-earned 3-2 victory at home to Walsall Wood in the pitching in Northern Premier League Midlands, with Josh Samples replacing Tom Hilton in central midfield. Hilton taking a spot amongst the substitutes. The home side will once again be relying on Paddy Webb for inspiration up top after his goal at Sphinx Drive on opening day. Bello, Fife and Wilson all retain their starting places after scoring 7 days ago, and your referee today is Tom Wall. Well, wherever you are, I hope you're a lot cooler than we are here at Farley Way. It's a baking hot September afternoon. Temperatures, as we said, of 30 degrees Celsius. Well, while you're drinking something cold, just spare a thought for the fat lad in the hat who's commentating this afternoon. Anything over 20, well, I'm heavy breathing already. Well, let's get underway. Coventry Sphinx versus Quorn AFC, live from Farley Way. I'll take you through the starting lineups. Firstly, for Coventry Sphinx, number 1, Keelan Fallows. Number 2, Callum Whiteside. Number 3, Lee Phillips. Number 4, Luke Downs. 5, Lewis Guest. 6, debutant William Ejengwele. Number 7, Jack Downs. Number 8, the captain, Callum Woodward. Number 9, Matty Shipman. 10, Jack Redhead. And 11, Dylan Parker. And for Quorn this afternoon, number 1, Charlie Woods. Number 2, Kyle Bryant. 3 is Silvio Bello. Number 4, Reese Fife. Number 19, Pat Zito. Number 6, Jordan Goff. 7, Charlie Mazzano. Number 8, Jack Samples. 9, Paddy Webb. 10, Tyree Wilson. And number 11, Kane Noble. Quorn all in red this afternoon. And Coventry Sphinx in traditional sky blue and white. On the right-hand side, an early opportunity for Quorn to break into the penalty area through Charlie Mazzano, but hooked out by William Ejengwele, signed this week from Bedworth United. Sphinx kicking to the right side of our matchday camera. As usual, highlights and interviews available on YouTube at the conclusion of today's match. Oh, and an early one to the face there for one of the Sphinx lads. It's gone out of play for a throw-in, but as Quorn tried to hook it back into play, it's a bit of a chin jarrer there for Dylan Parker. And Ejengwele making sure that his new teammate's good to go. He is. Lee Phillips playing in an unconventional left-back role this afternoon in the absence of several defensive first-teamers. Throws it to Ejengwele, thumps it upfield towards Matty Shipman. Shipman nods it up, who will bring it down. It's Dylan Parker. Now with Luke Downs. Jack Downs dispossessed. Passes into the penalty area in a grateful gather by Fallows after the interception from Samples, the only man drafted in to the Quorn side after the 3-2 victory over Walsall Wood on Saturday. Fallows flashes past the head of Shipman. Not up to Guest. Keelan Fallows. Guest in his Whiteside, again playing in a non-conformative role. Done clear by Byrant. Flicked onto Kane Noble, only as far as Luke Downs. Shipman couldn't control on that far side, challenge in from Redhead, and he's got the throw. About 15 yards into enemy territory. Whiteside connects with the back of Shipman's head and rolls out for the goal kick. He was trying to duck to let it float over him. Zito. Plays a 1-2 with Wilson. Back to Zito. Thumps it down the left-hand side. Bello gives chase. Beaten in the air on the bounce by Whiteside. Downs. Shipman to target, but sent back where it came from by Jordan Goff. Switch of the play. Mazzano was the target, bounces in front of Charlie Mazzano, slides to keep it in. And finds Wilson as well. Wilson looking to slip it in. Block made by Edgingwele and launch clear. Fife. Interception by Luke Downs. Redhead pirouetting away from his challenger. Blocked off by Fife, but on the floor, still able to try and slide it to a teammate. He's asking the referee why wasn't the foul given. Mazzano. Ball the feet of Fife. Quorn on the edge of the penalty area, but forced back into their own half. Zito switches the play to Mazzano. Back to Zito. To float it over. You're not going to beat Edgingwele in the air. Who got the final touch? Well, Lee Phillips is going to make certain it doesn't go out for a Quorn throw. Clears it as far as Zito in the back line for Quorn. Safely back with Woods. Zito across his own back line with Kyle Bryant. The sides will continue. The Sphinx supporters have made their way from the Free Spice City up to Leicestershire. Bryant's scuffed kick has found its intended target to Silvio Bello. Downs on the slide, didn't take the ball away from Paddy Webber, did take his eyes off it, allowing skipper to get in there, Callum Woodward. Fowler's pushing his teammates further up the field. Wants to get some distance on that one, but he's not going to have time to do so. Quickly closed down by Wilson. A kick onto the head of Zito, nodded across towards the centre circle by Phillips. Luke Downs. Back to Lee Phillips. Downs up the left flank. Zito beating Shipman to it in the air. It's on the edge of the penalty area with Redhead. Downs looking for Shipman's head, nodded towards Lee Phillips, and Phillips couldn't control, and now Mazzano is on the move. Wilson with a double up on his goal against Walsall Wood on Saturday. He's with Mazzano. Dare he try it from here? He finds Wilson, who had to stretch to get there. Through to Webb. Mazzano. And Wilson has got on the end of it. He's got Edgingwele for company. I think he tried was that an overhead kick by Tyree Wilson, where it looks spectacular if you pull it off, but if it doesn't make the highlights. Well, time does fly when you're having fun. We've had nearly 8 minutes already. So I dare say we're about halfway towards our first drinks break. Of course, due to the temperatures, there will be a couple of drinks breaks during today's match, during which time we'll try to go through some of the scores from the games at our level in the FA Trophy. And a couple of swipes out there for Shipman and Woodward. Eventually, the referee has pulled it back. for the foul on Kane Noble. So the free kick just shy of the halfway line and over to Byrant. Jordan Goff on the ball for Quorn. Bello. Back into their own turf. Zito stumbled on the ball, but he's got plenty of time and space to deal with it. Looking for Mazzano on the right-hand side. Offside flag raised. That's a shame. It was good control from Charlie Mazzano. And a reminder on the format of today's match. No replays, no extra time. If we end all square after 90 plus minutes, we go straight to penalties. Both sides would want to get the job done in the 90 minutes. The heat is making heart rates high enough without the spot kicks to do that for you. White side as Sphinx look to build. Downs on the right. Jack Downs towards Matty Shipman. Zito got away from him and nods the ball onto this near side of the field. Now Mazzano got a little bit of space to utilise, but he's going to run into Lee Phillips sooner or later. Ball deflected off Woodward. Downs looking for Matty Shipman in the centre circle, but Bryant gets there first. Phillips, more height than distance on that clearance. Guest is in there on Webb. Was Woodward caught? Referee says no as Noble wrapped his leg around him. Guest just gets the ball away and Sphinx can regroup. Samples to Goff. Webb equalised for Quorn just 30 seconds after Sphinx took the lead on the opening day, and a free kickers. Callum Woodward with a challenge from behind, and it is in shooting range. Going to take it short. Fife. Brandt sending Bello through, and Fallows had to be quick off his line to get there, and he was. Phillips with space to utilise. Down the left-hand side from Fallows' throw. Gets directions from the goalkeeper, and it's behind to Luke Downs. Now Woodward. Ejenguele. Guest. Experienced central partnership of Guest and Ejenguele ahead of the Quorn front line today. It's back with Guest from Fallows between the sticks, preferred to Zach Hedge, who remains on loan from Nuneaton Borough due to the larger number of substitutes permitted in a squad. He is on the bench today. Not the best of kicks from Fallows, looking for Shipman down the middle. No back right came from by Bryant. There's Guest up there, leaping like a salmon. Fife. Through the legs of Woodward. Still going Fife. Flicked over the back line by Webb. Fife couldn't get to the seconds, and that's Jack Downs driving away. Redhead. Nearly found Parker. A little poke in from Noble was enough to take it to Zito. Now the home side looking to calm things down. After a hectic opening 12 minutes, it remains 0-0. An intense battle in the midfield with no real opportunities. Brandt, the captain. Jordan Goff, now Zito. Well, it's all 1-11 for both sides there, apart from that man Zito who's wearing number 19. Mazzano. Oh, he skimmed past Woodward, but ran into the path of Parker. Ejenguele clears as far as Wilson in a tight spot. Wilson's going to have a go, and it's blocked by Ejenguele out for the corner. Well, quick update on the rugby. Ireland are leaving Romania 26-8 in the Rugby World Cup. Five's heading over to take this one. Five's delivery towards Guest at the far post, who nods it to the other side. And it is kept in by Lee Phillips. Well, momentarily, then it's stuck into the away dugouts. Another 10 yards on the clearance. Bello. Guess getting in there with a challenge on Webb. Clearance made by Whiteside. Flicked on with the head of Shipman. No one home for Sphinx. Zito receives it from Bryant. Kane Noble. Also got the ball caught under his feet and it's cost him. Now with Matty Shipman. Needs support. Or does he? Sprinting past Bryant. Now looking for a route in. Still Shipman all alone, sandwiched between Bryant and Wilson. Right into the corner he goes. Tried to get it in for Parker, but he didn't have the legs on it. And Webb has the legs on him. He's left Guest behind, now zoning in on Edginguele. It's Paddy Webb. Tight angle, sets it up. Well saved with the legs of Fallows. It's not over yet with Quorn looking for the opening strike of the match. Passage of play ends now with a challenge on Jack Samples for a throw-in midway into Sphinx territory. Goff. It's past Woodward. I was looking for Paddy Webb, but Luke Downs got there first this time. Zito with acres of space. Here's Fife. It's over the back line, and there's Charlie Mazzano. Across the face of goal. There was a Quorn fan who thought that was in the back of the net. But sadly for the home side, it remains scoreless. Let's have a look through a couple of the FA Trophy scorelines. There are quite a lot of matches going on. The one we're going to keep our eye on is the one between Bedworth and Leek. Of course, the winner of that match will face the winner of this match, with either Quorn or Sphinx at home, and it's still 0-0 in that one. Phillips, he was asking a bit too much of Redhead. Floating it into the penalty area, but an easy gather for Charlie Woods. Kyle Bryant. Taking it slow to Zito. Mazzano picked up on the right. Half blocked by Parker. Into the middle he goes with Noble. Zito. And Noble nearly let it get away from him now to lunge in on Shipman. Bobbles its way over to Goff. Offside flag raised against Wilson, who's made contact with the goalkeeper. Fallows, pretty heavy contact. Thankfully, it looks like Fallows is all right. A reminder of the substitutes this afternoon here at Filey Way for Quorn on the bench: Ant Carney, Josh Steele, Tom Hilton and Corey Grantham. And for Coventry Sphinx, Max Johnson, Kyle Carey returning from that dental issue, Antonio Cristofaro, Dowie Peblinski, Sam Ellis and goalkeeper Zach Hedge. Shipman's up there, but Zito gets the crucial contact on the ball. Wilson, now Fife, looking to burst through the centre circle. Crucial slide by Whiteside, ensure it doesn't reach Webb. But into the path of Wilson. Lunging by Woodward, nothing doing. Noble. Across to Mazzano. Is he going to go for the spectacular, or will he look for the cross? Play across the ball over to Jordan Goff. on the score sheet on Saturday. Looking to craft another one. He was going for the long-range hit from the left corner of the penalty area, charged down by Jack Downs. Downs looking for a route through with Bello, blocking his path along the wing, throwing level with the box. Whiteside's throw. Shipman. He's a 1-2 with Phillips. He's not going to reach it. Ball down the left-hand side for Lee Phillips. It's out of play just shy of Quorn's penalty area. Throw taken by Zito. Byrant. I don't know whether it's cautious play or just a matter of the players being absolutely knackered after nearly 20 minutes of playing in this blazing sun. Bryant wants options. Finds it with Samples. Challenging from the side by Luke Downs. Took Wilson off his feet and the ball to Phillips. And Lee Phillips has a slightly awkward back pass. But Fallows scrambles across to it. Ejenguele, the big Frenchman. Lofts it over to the right-hand side. Right side to Guest, the vice-captain. Ejenguele again. Guest strolling up from the back. Looking for the long ball up. Zito gets to the bounce before Dylan Parker can. There's only really been one opportunity in this match in the opening 20 minutes, and that's come through Paddy Webb, who brought off a decent save from Fallows. But aside from that, both teams just putting out the feelers early on. Fife trying to get away from Shipman, but Shipman has took him into the path of Luke Downs, and now Redhead looking to drive through. Free kick to Coventry Sphinx after the challenge from Bryant, the captain. Just ticking off from the man in black, Tom Wall. Now, usually, it would be a slam dunk for Kyle Carey. But Carey only on the bench there to recovering from an abscess in his mouth. Painful stuff. And he's raced back to fitness to get ready in time for this one. It's going to be Callum Woodward. Guest heading up there in case of any rebounds. Woodward could well have a go here. It will take plenty of power. A very precise effort. But can Woodward deliver? No, he floated in towards Downs. The offside flag raised as he nods it back into the centre of the park. And it's time for the first drinks break on 22 minutes. Hardly surprising under the current circumstances. Have a look at the what the weather's doing. 31 degrees it's gone up to now. So current score here at Fileway in the Isuzu FA Trophy first round qualifier. Quorn 0, Coventry Sphinx 0. Only real opportunity has gone the way of the home side, with Paddy Webb pulling off a good save from Fallows. Let's have a look through some of the other scores in the FA Trophy. Anstey Nomads lead Corby by 1 goal to 0. There has been a goal at the Oval in the match between Bedworth United and Leek Town. It is a goal for Leek. Lewis Keenan in the 21st minute puts Leek Town in front. So as it stands, the winner of this match will face Leek. Belper Town currently beating Newcastle Town by 1 goal to 0. Biggleswade losing 1-0 at home to Stowmarket. Chasetown 1, Shepshed Dynamo 1. Quick action there. Coleshill beating Carlton. Gresley Rovers losing at home to Kidsgrove Athletic. And, oh crikey, if you're at the Horndean Ascot match, you've been treated 3-0 there in the first 15 minutes to Ascot. Loughborough Dynamo 1-0 up at home to AFC Rushden and Diamonds. Rugby Town losing 2-0 at home to Grantham. Bodmin St Michael's 1-0 up at Sutton Coldfield. And Westfields 2-0 up against Littlehampton Town. So those are the score updates from the other matches in the Isuzu FA Trophy first round qualifier. Well, the drinks break is about at an end, taking around 2 minutes of play, which of course will be added on at the end of the first half. So referee blows the whistle, we're back underway. Let's see what happens in the second half of the first half. Zito receives it. Wilson cushions it across to Mazzano. And Mazzano's got a bit of confidence. He skips past Edginguele. He's still going Mazzano. Got a little bit of a trip from Edginguele, which took him off balance and curtailed the move. Shipman snatches it from Zito in the midfield. Woodward. Shipman wants it. Couldn't find it. It's off the chest of Bryant. Looking for Shipman down the left flank. On Quorn's left flank, it's now with Silvio Bello. And challenged run on, a little step over, takes it past Whiteside, squares it, cushion for Webb! And the first goal of the afternoon for Quorn. Paddy Webb does it again against the Sphinx. Tidy finish from the Quorn number 9, who broke Sphinx' heart on the opening day by scoring within a minute of Sphinx's opening goal. This time he's put the Fox Hunters ahead by 1-0. I must say, I'm digging the goal music. Well, I am unhappy that Sphinx are behind, but I felt like dancing to that goal music.
Number 9, Paddy Webb.
It's no surprise to see Paddy Webb on the score sheet. Sphinx once again find themselves behind and with work to do. It's been a frustrating start to the season, yet to pick up their first victory in League or Cup. And Sphinx won their first ever FA Trophy campaign to end at the first hurdle. Edginguele to Guest. Redhead found in the centre circle. Will it be Sphinx this time? Pulling the opposition back within a minute. Well, Parker into the penalty area, and Bryant getting his body between player and ball and forced over from behind by the Sphinx attacker. Free kick in Quorn's own penalty area. So just joining us here on the Coventry Sphinx YouTube channel. 27 minutes gone. Quorn 1, Coventry Sphinx 0. Bryant looking for the crossfield ball, connected with the head of Shipman. Dangerous play. It's Quorn in their own backyard with a couple of Sphinx men lurking menacingly. It's with Bryant again. Strolling forward, but now he's got the attendance of Shipman. Samples. And Bello will try and race up the left-hand side, just cushioned out by Whiteside for the home throw. Just knocking on the door of the Sphinx penalty area again, coming in from the left. So Bello with the throw. Cushion back to him by Wilson. Skips past Downs. Squares it. Well, Webb fancy doubling his money. He's found Mazzano. Mazzano, I think, fancies the effort here. No, finds Wilson. Bello, crossing opportunity, but Wilson provides backup. And through ball to Bello. Tries to pull it back. Didn't have the power on it. Guest. And Whiteside should be able to clear. No, snatched away from the last minute by Wilson. Noble. Mazzano to Webb, shielding from Downs. And it's through for Wilson. Edging well in with the slide. Oh, it took it past the goalkeeper, but thankfully took it wide. "15 minutes to go until half-time. We're taking a quick break at half-time. So we'll just be muting the microphone for around 10 minutes, but we'll take you through some selected half-time scores from the Isuzu FA Trophy. We took you through all of them. We'll be here until the second half started. There is a lot of them. Guest. A powerful pass back to the goalkeeper by Parker. Guest to Luke Downs, now Woodward. I think the exploits of Kyle Carey might be called upon early in the second half. Jack Downs. Redhead up towards Matty Shipman. It's Shipman, it's dipping. Sadly, it's behind the net, not in it. Made me wonder for a moment there. But no, it was definitely behind the net. We know you think it was in. A couple of our loyal Sphinx supporters thought that Shipman had found the net, but it was floated over the crossbar and it bounced back off the fencing into the back of the net from the other side. Webb, the other end corner looking for it. Whiteside leapt up to ensure that Noble didn't get there. And Whiteside has been given us a free kick. It's a very late free kick. May have been caught in the air by Samples. Well, the time for sending out feelers has ended for Coventry Sphinx now, so time for action. Guest down the middle. Phillips told to hold. He's a heavy first touch, but he's managed to keep it within Sphinx's possession. Now Guest across the white side. Crossfield ball, looking for Dylan Parker. It's not going to reach him thanks to Zito's header. Shipman. Floated across the right-hand side. Jack Downs wrestles past Bello. Cross into the area, too close to the keeper, and Woods with a comfortable catch. It's with Goff. Tries it up to Wilson. Awkward control. Oh, but look at that pirouette from Wilson to keep it away from Shipman. I don't think he was expecting that. 5. That's with big Patrick Zito. Zano. Webb curls it across looking for Wilson. And Downs cushion header back. I think he was looking for the corner, actually. Funnels has said, no, I can get that. Well, captain and vice-captain playing a 1-2 there. Guest and Woodward. Oh, that nearly was laid on a plate for Samples. Oh, good pass back by Dylan Parker. Guest. Parker dropping a little deeper. Phillips brings it down. He's onside according to the official on the far side. Lee Phillips squares it. Dylan Parker tried to drive it in for Matty Shipman. And it was well wide of Shipman. It was technically on target though, so that counts as Sphinx's first shot of the match. Clearance from Woods. Bello was all over Downs. Downs had to nod it out. You don't want to give the ball to Silvio Bello in a position like that. See the damage he can do already.
Was the 25th minute. Thank you to everyone that took part. So, just to confirm, the golden goal was scored in the 25th minute.
Well, no cheers from the crowd. I don't think anyone's won the golden goal today. It's confirmation the goal was scored in the 25th minute. Redhead. And caught by the outstretched leg as he tried to sprint clear. It's going to be Mazzano with a throw. Pinballing on this right-hand side eventually falls to Lewis Guest. Into the first minute of added time. Whiteside drills it away, and it's a throw in virtually in the same position as the last one. Throw samples. Mazzano only as far as Guest, a bit of head tennis going on. And now Paddy Webb, you know how dangerous he can be. Rolls it left with Silvio Bello. Here's Fife. Into a more central location. Webb on the edge of the area receives it. Here's Fife again. Samples, just flicks it away from the head of Callum Woodward. Zito, Fife again, little trip from Downs, referee thought about blowing the whistle, and the through ball to Mazzano, just cut out by Phillips, only as far as Webb. Wilson, Quorn looking dangerous. Goff, he's going to hit it, and it didn't beat the first man Whiteside. Again falls to a red shirt. And it bounces off Mazzano, who I don't think was expecting it as Phillips cut across him. That's out for the goal kick. Maybe one more opportunity before a much needed break for these 22 men. Well, 25 if you count the officials. Luke Downs wants options, and they're not forthcoming. Guest plays a 1-2 with Dylan Parker. In the centre it goes, but Jordan Goff makes the block. Now a chance to break through for Samples. Darting run from the number 8. Wilson! It was curling, it was good hands from Fallows. With the last action of the first half, Coventry Sphinx head into the break, one behind. It could have been worse if not for the reactions of their number 1.
Time score here at Farley Way.
And before we take you into the half-time break, let's have another look at the current scores around the grounds. So Anstey Nomads now 2-0 up at home to Corby. Leek Town now 2-0 up against Bedworth United. A former Coventry United striker, Aaron Apoku, scoring the goals, the second goal for Leek. So it's now Bedworth 0, Leek Town 2. Belper 2-0 up at home to Newcastle Town. Biggleswade 1-1 against Stowmarket, and Biggleswade Town 1-0 up against Bury. Kozel losing 2-1 at home to Colton Town. Let's have a look through some more. Lye leading at Harborough Town. Walsall Wood 1-0 up at Hednesford, who of course have had their struggles recently. Loughborough 1, AFC Rushden Diamonds 1. Rugby still 2-0 down at home to Grantham. Spalding 1-0 up at Sheffield FC. And Westfield's 2-0 up at home to Littlehampton. So just trying to get through as many of the scores as we can, as many as the Midlands ones anyway, as there are a lot of games in the FA Trophy. Right, I'm going to have a break because I can barely breathe in this heat. We're back in around 10 minutes here on the Coventry Sphinx YouTube channel. Don't go anywhere. And we are back for the second half here at Farley Way. Big second half coming up in the Isuzu FA Trophy first qualifying round. Half-time score, Quorn 1, Coventry Sphinx 0. No changes from what we can see at the break. So it's as you were, with Quorn now kicking from right to left.
Enjoy the rest of the game.
And a reminder, if we are all square, after 90 minutes, we go straight to penalties. No extra time, no replays. It will be sorted straight away from the spot. Of course, Sphinx have got to equalise in order to make that happen. Patrick Zito getting on the ball on the right-hand side of the field for Quorn. And the offside flag raised against Charlie Mazzano early on. So he looked to thread it through to the number 7 on the right flank. Edginguele. Shipman beaten mid-air and it's hooked out by Bryant. Throw just shy of the halfway line for the visitors. Edginguele. Where the battery came from by Mazzano. There's Webb. Rolls off his chest but nodded away by Guest. Brought to the ground by Jack Downs. Downs looking for a route through. Blocked off by the body of Fife. Oh, and that was a much stronger challenge from behind on Wilson by William Edginguele, bulldozing the number 10 to the deck on the halfway line. Free kick to Quorn. The previous match between these two sides on opening day of the pitching in Northern Premier League Midlands ended 1-1. Sphinx taking the lead in the second half before conceding from the next attack, or virtually from the whistle to kick off. Quorn have avoided that fate so far. Shipman looking to get it back from Redhead, and he wasn't going to keep it in, but he was able to wrap his leg around the ball, keeping it for a throw-in rather than a goal kick. Well, the temperatures have not gone down an iota. Some matches have actually been postponed until 4 o'clock. Not the case today. They want to get this match done. Woodward. It's a thumping clearance on the volley by Samples, and it's all the way back with Whiteside, back with Fallows. 2 decent saves from him, keeping it at just the 1 goal deficit. Whiteside expecting this near side for Jack Downs. Knocked off by Bello and plays it back with Fallows. Sliced clearance. Downs beaten mid-air by Bello. Trying to force him away from the goal, which he is doing well. But Bello turns away, swinging it by Luke Downs. Downs has gone down injured. Now Jack Downs trying to stop Bello, and does by pulling the shirt on the left side of the penalty area. That'll be a free kick to Quorn. And Downs is protesting his innocence, but I don't think he can have any complaints over that one. Downs saying that he was having his shirt pulled earlier on in the move. Samples standing over it. Can Quorn get back on the front foot quickly and double their advantage? It Samples towards Zito at the far post. Zito nods it well over and out for the goal kick. Guest. Through to Shipman, lying deeper in the midfield. Jack Downs. And Downs, I think, was looking for Matty Shipman, but there was no way he was going to reach that one. Zito clearing from the back. So with Wilson. Lunging from Edginguele, takes the ball. And And out for a throw. Did get a piece of Wilson, but got the ball first. Samples to Webb. Webb sandwiched between sky blue shirts, and Luke Downs ensures his progress goes no further than the halfway line. Out for another throw in. So Mazzano takes it and finds Samples in a bit of space. Past Whiteside to Bello. Silvio Bello with those tricky feet. The return ball to Bello. Lunge in by Luke Downs, only as far as the number 11 for Quorn. Webb going for it again, and he squeezed it in. Paddy Webb up the double. That's 3 goals he's got against Sphinx this season, 2 for the day. Catching Fallows off guard at his near post. And Quorn's persistence has paid off. They lead by 2 goals to 0 at Farley Way, and they're both from the boot of Paddy Webb.
Goal scorer for Quorn in the 51st minute, number 9, Paddy Webb.
Sphinx's FA Trophy hopes starting to fade a little bit, but there's still just under 40 minutes until full time. Sphinx now need 2 goals just to take it to penalties. Their main attacking threat from the bench would be Kyle Carey, and they need some inspiration up front now. Edgingwade's header. Redhead, and Parker could be through here. Dylan Parker gets the header away, but brought down safely by Wood. First real opportunity of the half for Coventry Sphinx. And it was the good range for Dylan Parker to try and score his first of the season. Well, the change is coming, and it is Kyle Carey coming on. Sphinx have got nothing to lose. The question is, who's coming off? Is there going to be a change in formation? Sphinx have been playing a wing-back formation with Jack Downs on the right and Lee Phillips on the left. Zito. Into Sphinx territory. Chance to strike for Wilson. Took away from him at a crucial moment by Downs. Samples. Webb for the hat-trick. Trying to get space to shoot. Gets it back from Wilson. Paddy Webb. Crowded penalty area in front of him. Plays out wide with Mazzano. Now Fife. Mazzano. Oh, he did catch Wilson out there, unfortunately, for Quorn. It's behind the number 10 and out for a throw, just shy of the home technical area, and the referee stops play for the substitution to take place.
Substitution.
And Kyle Carey heads on.
Substitution for Coventry Sphinx. In the 54th minute, replacing number 11, Dylan Parker. Number 14, Kyle Carey.
I believe it's going to be a straight swap with Dylan Parker. Parker less than pleased about being withdrawn. The fans have been looking forward to this attacking partnership of Carey, Shipman and Redhead since Redhead signed for the club. Now for the first time all 3 play together. What can they do to bring the Sphinx back into play? Guest looking for Shipman, but nodded out on the far side by Zito, well into Quorn's half of the field. The throw to Carey. Back after a absence of a couple of weeks. Whiteside, and there's space on the right-hand side for Downs, playing a much higher line. Redhead. There's a trip on Downs by Bello. Referee says nothing doing. It was off the ball. Carey just on the edge of the air, but Luke Downs doing well to bring it back. Well, but Downs has gone down injured now. Guest looking for Jack Downs down the right-hand side to central, and it's brought back with the goalkeeper Wood. That's the second time that Luke Downs has gone down in this match. Sphinx have to keep an eye on him. Zito. Fife in anchoring midfield for Quorn. You've got to feel that Quorn are going to play to maintain this 2-goal lead. Sit tight, I should say, sit back. They're going for the third goal. Here's Fife. Stumbled by Noble, but allows Wilson onto it. Tyree Wilson. Now Silvio Bello. Fife. Slips it through. Way too much space for Noble. Should have had a goal on a silver platter, but Fallows keeps it out, darting to his left. Quorn really should have a 3-goal advantage. And Sphinx and Canton was very lucky that Fallows was equal to it. Fallows down the middle. Headed back where it came from by Zito. Downs tries to keep it alive. Jack Downs to Kyle Carey. Tricking his way out of 2 challenges. Cannon Woodward. Going to set up Jack Downs for the run. Is he going to get there in time? No, he won't. Shielded into touch by Goff. And that'll be a goal kick for Quorn. "12 minutes of play in the second half have elapsed. Sphinx losing by 2-0. As it stands, the next round it will be Quorn at home to Leek, who are 3-0 up against Bedworth. A long ball flicked on by Webb. And now the chance for, yes, that's a brilliant finish by Charlie Mazzano. There surely can be no doubt now. It will be Quorn against Leek in the next round. Quorn 3-0 up against Sphinx. Leek 3-0 up against Bedworth. Paddy Webb with a hand in the goal again. Flicking it through for Charlie Mazzano to race through on goal. Mazzano tucking it in the far bottom corner. Quorn have started this second half on fire.
Goal scorer for Quorn in the 58th minute, number 7, Charlie Marzano.
It's been an afternoon to forget for Sphinx thus far. They're going to dig deep now. They're going to have a prayer of heading through to the next round, but it's unfortunately at the moment, it's not looking good. Carey looking for Redhead in the penalty area, but they're just in time. And now Fife. Webb down the left-hand side. Sphinx is all at 6s and 7s at the moment. Thankfully the cross from Webb wasn't what he wanted. Launches it over on that far side of the field. Wilson tried to keep it in, but to no avail. It'll be a throw-in level with their own box for Sphinx. Fallows. Now with Guest. Whiteside. Across the Guest. Guest down the middle, Matty Shipman. Chest control takes it into the path of Goff. Just look at that sign of frustration from Shipman. Just telling you, nothing's going right for the visiting team today. The home match was a very different story. It was a very even affair. And Sphinx could probably count themselves lucky they didn't win that day with a goal that never was. They believe it crossed the line. Referee didn't agree and it ended 1-1. But Sphinx came away from that match not too disgruntled, as they had earned a point. Today, they won't be coming away from this match with that same feeling unless they can do something very special in this last half hour. And there's a couple of changes preparing for Quorn. I'll let you know about those momentarily. Carey digging deep to try and win it back from Zito. We just possessed Zito, but the first man to it was in another red shirt. It was Bryant. Fife. Twisting and turning away from Jack Downs. Crossfield ball to Mazzano. Advantage has been given to Quorn. It's swiftly lost. Lee Phillips retrieving it and back to Keelan Fallows. Nodded up by Goff. Noble. Fife. And there's space for Bello on the left. And here is Silvio Bello. Taking on Whiteside. That's a brilliant run from Bello. Now level with the box. Can you get it in? Bello. It's hooked away by Lewis Guest. Fife. Nodded up to Bello again. Appeals for offside. And the referee has given it. Change for Coventry Sphinx. It's Sam Ellis coming on for Callum Woodward.
In the 62nd minute, replacing number 8, Callum Woodward. Number 12, Max Johnson.
Oh, someone else is saying it was number 12 coming on. I can say it is number 17, Sam Ellis, who has definitely come on. And yeah, there you go, with the reaffirmance from the Sphinx coaching staff.
Substitution. Replacing number 3, Lee Phillips. Number 17, Sam Ellis.
Well, in fact, there are two changes for Coventry Sphinx. Sam Ellis has come on for Lee Phillips and Max Johnson on for Callum Woodward. So Sphinx putting their eggs all in a couple of baskets, but now at the other end, it could all be over as the cross towards Paddy Webb blocked to the near post. Ellis. Oh, and Shipman leaned in. I think he leaned in with the arm there, but if it hit him with the him in the hip, he definitely lead into it. Here's Kyle Bryant. John Goff. That's with Noble. Bello. Oh, swipes it into the midfield with Reese Fife. Wilson. Hot off the challenge now with Samples. Samples for Webb. Looking to return to Samples. Taken out off the ball there and has gone down holding his... He's holding his collarbone. Must have been a rough landing. Now there is a Quorn change being prepared now. Sphinx have made all three of their changes now. A reminder that they have just brought on a double substitution with Max Johnson and Sam Ellis coming on for Lee Phillips and Callum Woodward, in addition to the earlier substitution which saw Kyle Carey coming onto the field in place of Dylan Parker. But now seems as good a time as any to have the mandatory drinks break while Webb is receiving treatment. We've got 25 minutes to go here at Farley Way. Quorn leading by 3-0. Highlights of today's match will be available tomorrow afternoon across the season, including exclusive highlights, commentary and interviews from every single match. Apart from last week because I was in Cornwall, but it was a 4-1 defeat, so yeah, let's just forget about that one. But from what we were told, it was a good performance in the first half from Sphinx, but second half Sutton Coldfield took the bull by the horns and managed to wrestle control away. So substitution here for Quorn. And there's a goal threat leaving the field in Tyree Wilson, but coming on is Ant Carney. Handshakes all around for the number 10. He's done his job. Drinks break over. Another 2 minutes on the clock. It's now all up to Sphinx. They have to pull not one, not two, but 3 rabbits out of a very small hat. Appeals for a free kick there. A little push in the back on Samples. Certainly seen them given. Right, Beddo's going to take it. Sylvia Beddo looking for options. Fife. Foul throw is the appeal. Foul throw is the decision. Can Sphinx use this to their advantage? Right side. Nodded across by Matty Shipman. Zito with a volleyed clearance. Mazzano. William Ejinguale skies that one into the centre circle. Nodded across by Noble to Mazzano. Ejinguale looking for Max Johnson. Couldn't control. Quorn passing it around the midfield. But, early flurry in the second half. They've got this game in hand. Downs. Carey. Wrestled off the ball by Zito. The Sphinx maintain possession with Matty Shipman. Roll to the right with Whiteside. Downs wants it played through. Jack Downs is trying to beat Goff to it, but Goff has won that race. Upfield to Bello. Whiteside tries to block his path, forcing him back into his area, but Bello clears. Ellis nodded up to Redhead. Down line to Luke Down to the more central location. Redhead. Carey, he can hit them. They need a moment of magic here. Kyle Carey! It was dipping, but not dipping enough. Makes his apologies to Jack Downs, who wanted its defeat on the right side. Carey sensed an opportunity, but even Carey's long-range efforts aren't coming off today. It's with Woods. And Ejinguale did well there, forcing his man into touch. Webb trying to get to that loose ball. Ejinguale nods it back to Fallows. Picked up by the Sphinx goalkeeper in pink. It's been a frustrating afternoon for the travelling Sphinx faithful. Also international weekend, so fans are encouraged to support their local non-league clubs. Fallows looking for an option on the right, and good dummy by Bello. Feigning an intervention, then letting it bounce past him and Jack Downs. Goff. Offside flag raised against Webb. A little too hungry for that hat-trick, you feel. Next time we're coming out to you here on the Coventry Sphinx YouTube channel is on the 16th of September. Next Saturday, a home match against AFC Rushden and Diamonds. Now, Coventry Sphinx are unsuccessful in progressing to the next round today. There will be no match the following week. Ellis intercepted momentarily from Samples, but Quorn have got it back in a dangerous position. Zito. Now Reese Fife. And Bello looking to score in consecutive matches, and he was so close in doing so. I think Fallows might have got a hand to that one. It's gone out for a corner. And there'll be another drinks break. The little break we had for the injury to Webb wasn't the official drinks break, so with 20 minutes to go, they'll have to go head over for one last swirl of water to try and push them through to the end of the game. And another change for Quorn. And coming onto the field for the home side, number 15, Tom Hilton. He's replacing Charlie Mazzano. And another change for Quorn. It's Kane Noble leaving the field. He's replaced by a former Bedworth man, a man I know from my time at the Oval, Josh Steele. Remember, Quorn earned themselves a corner from Bello's effort.
Substitution for Quorn in the 73rd minute. Number 15, Tom Hilton, replacing number 11, Kane Noble.
So Hilton is on for Quorn, as is Josh Steele.
Double substitution.
And Quorn end on a high. Samples was looking for the effort, but it smacked off the leg of Luke Downs.
Number 19, Patrick Zito.
Zito has left the field. And the Quorn move comes to nothing. Carney muscled out of play. Downs. He caught in his own backyard there by Ant Carney. But Carney swapping across, making the block and out of play. But as you can hear, the ball bouncing across the main stands here at Farley Way. Follows to Lewis Guest. He's a 1-2 with his new centre-back partner, William Ejingwele. Ejingwele, so I guess I should say, looking down the left-hand side of Sam Ellis. Picked up by Mazzano. Sounds ball only as far as Ejingwele. Webb rolls past Carney. Jack Downs, move down the centre for Shipman. Scooped out on this near side. And Brian's done well there. He's bounced it into the crowd, but there's another ball that Carey can use. Here's Johnson. Whiteside needs options. Kyle Carey. Johnson. Quorn stacking back. You know, conceding one goal could open the door to a second and a third. Best way to prevent a torrent is to prevent a leak. Johnson. Downs. It's a powerful cross but turned away by Bello. Luke Downs brings it down. Guest urged to cool it down, calm it down, slow the pace. Luke Downs to Whiteside as Jack Downs hooks it into the orders of the penalty area. Oh, and the goalkeeper caught off his line. It was nearly headed over the Quorn number 1 for an own goal, but thankfully Woods was there to avoid a catastrophe at the back for Quorn. Redhead. Johnson making the run alongside him. Max Johnson! Tipped around the post by Woods. Well, Woods hasn't had the busiest of afternoons. I wouldn't have blamed him if he was getting a bit rusty between the sticks there after 75 minutes. But it was a brilliant save from the Quorn number 1 to keep the clean sheet intact. Low corner, rose all the way out, and Mazzano, who was closer to the halfway line than the penalty area, has got the ball. Here's Webb. Mazzano, scorer of the 3rd goal, which pretty much made it safe for the Fox Hunters. Mazzano. Low drill in, Webb! Oh, that should have been the hat-trick. It's more of a surprise that Webb didn't score. He's been that clinical in his matches against Coventry Sphinx this season. It's almost a surprise when he doesn't hit the back of the net. Well, at the moment, Sphinx could have yet more defensive headaches. I think Lewis Guest went down with a little bit of cramp. Callum Whiteside looks a bit more serious. He's retying his boots. And of course, we've already got several players out. No Joe Percy for the next 2 weeks. No Jordan Hayward. No Callum Martin. No James Bryson. No Jamie Draper. And with the signing of William Edgingwele, it calmed fears a little bit. That Coventry Sphinx cannot afford any more injuries, especially in defence. Injuries and lack of personnel really have halted any sort of momentum gained from that title win last season. The last couple of matches have shown just how hard it will be this year. Whiteside. Curled up the right flank by Luke Downs. Goff has sent it out off the fence for the throw-in just down line from Quorn's own penalty area. The throw is to Kyle Carey. They need some magic here. There's one opportunity. One moment of brilliance, one mistake could open the door for a comeback. Johnson wrestled off the ball, but illegally, says the referee, Tom Wall. The substitute, Tom Hilton, guilty of that infringement. Well, is Johnson going to have a go? Well, he may as well. Guest giving Johnson his orders. It looks like it's going to be a deft ball into the area. Oh no, he is going to have a go, and it's a great parry by Woods. The second time Sphinx have been denied by Woods in the space of a couple of minutes. But Sphinx are coming to life now. You have to think it may be a little bit too late. Kyle Carey keeping it alive. Matty Shipman lays it off a Whiteside, charged now by Goff. Credit to Sphinx, they are not giving up on this. And the referee halting players. A few of the Sphinx lads The substitutes and coaches are lying alongside the dugout, but they were saying before the match the dugout is almost like a greenhouse. So it can't be comfortable for them in there. Guest. Oh, a tame header at the near post. Easy pickings for Woods. Ten minutes to go. Quorn 3, Sphinx 0. The last 5 minutes we've seen a little more fight from Sphinx. Ellis heads the clearance across. Only as far as Samples. And now Carney down the left-hand side. Webb making himself available. I think he was trying to play Webb in for the hat-trick, but it's across. Samples sings the gloves of Fallows. It was still heading in off the line by Whiteside. Quick thinking from Callum Whiteside, but even the strong hands of Fallows weren't enough to deny Samples goal number 4. It took extra incentive from Whiteside to keep him out. Johnson wants the run of Ellis, gets the run of Ellis. Ellis cuts in. Redhead tried one, bit of a nonchalant strike. It was an easy block and edging. Gwele tugs down Webb. Free kick, about 10 yards from the halfway line for Quorn. Well, we will take you through the selected full-time scores from the other Isuzu FA Trophy matches today. But the one, of course, that you want to know about is between Bedworth and Leek. We're fairly certain that it will be Quorn versus Leek in the next round. Sizable leads for both Quorn and Leek. And there's been another couple of goals there. Bedworth United 1, Leek Town 4. A penalty from Ashley Salmons, but another from Aaron Apoku has dragged Leek further in front. So I'm fairly certain it will be Quorn versus Leek in the next round. Webb. He's got his eye on the goal. Oh, I think it will be classed as an own goal for Lewis Guest. But Webb will claim his hat-trick. One for the dubious goals panel, I believe. Did Webb get it on target? You can have a look at the replay and decide for yourselves. But the sizable, decisive touch came of a very unlucky Lewis Guest. And it just sums up an afternoon to forget in the Isuzu FA Trophy for Coventry Sphinx.
Goal for Quorn in the 83rd minute. Own goal by Coventry Sphinx number 5, Louis Guest.
Well, that's not a goal that Lewis Guest is going to want to remember. It's not a match that Coventry Sphinx are going to want to remember. And it's not a highlights package I'm particularly looking forward in editing, but unfortunately it's part of my job, so it'll be online tomorrow afternoon after my Sunday League game. It doesn't matter whether we win, lose or draw, you will get highlights every single time here in the Coventry Sphinx YouTube channel. A free kick given as Kyle Carey tangles legs in favour of Coventry Sphinx. Short one taken to Kyle Carey. Looking to cut in. Carey's cross. Guest is up there. Bryant. And Redhead smacks it towards the net. Drilled hard. But down low. Woods preserves that blanked scoreline for Quorn. Mazzano upfield. Dispossessed by Ellis. Gwele. And Lewis Guest. Shipman to Downs. Whiteside. Here's Luke Downs. Downs taken out in the challenge. And it's been pulled back for the foul on Luke Downs at the Redheads. 1-2 with Shipman. Didn't go as planned. Just the last 5 minutes. No danger of a penalty shootout now. Coventry Sphinx's first ever Isuzu FA Trophy campaign will end at the first hurdle, but can they finish strong and give AFC Rushden Diamonds something to think about next week? Could be a crucial meeting in the picture of the season as Ellis goes for goal. And again, it's Woods keeping Sphinx at bay. Ball cut out by Whiteside, looking for Josh Steele playing at left wing back. Jack Downs looking for Redhead through the middle, cut out well by Goff. Jordan Goff wrestling with Downs, finds some space to find Steele. Carney, through the legs of Guest. Looking to play it across to Webb. Webb hasn't officially got his hat-trick today. They're still looking to play him in. Mazzano, Carney, Webb's up there with him. Ant Carney. A chance to square it. Webb! I just tried that little deft flick in, but didn't get the contact on it. Right side away, chest control by Shipman. Into the path of Fife. Reese Fife to Bryant. Hilton. Bellows playing in a more central defensive role now. Silvio Bello again gets it from Hilton. Webb. Mazzano. And Bello's performance deserves a goal, but he's let it run. Webb cannons off the back of Whiteside. And Ejingele slides it up to Downs. Redhead. Carey. Flag stays down. Kyle Carey looking to get one back for Sphinx. Dragged down the penalty area. Appeals from Carey. Referee says no. And Carey may be a little unlucky there. It just sums up a barren afternoon for Coventry Sphinx. Luck hasn't gone their way. They've had a few opportunities, but they've met to in-form Woods. Hilton. Now Bell looking to get it in. Webb's there, lunging by Ejingele. Out for a corner. 2 minutes of normal time to go. I'm sure Sphinx now just willing that final whistle ever closer. Again, next time we're on air here on Coventry Sphinx YouTube channel next week, Saturday the 16th, against AFC Rushden Diamonds. It could be a crucial match in the Pitching in Northern Premier League Midlands. Kickoff 3 o'clock will be on air about 5 minutes before the game. Hilton. Fife. Steele, now Bello. Silvio Bello looks to put it through. Steele was the target, but tapped out by Parker. Right, I should say Parker went off a while ago. Fife. Oh, that's a wayward effort. It would have been closer in the Rugby World Cup rather than today's proceedings. Lewis Guest strolling away. Next round, Coventry Sphinx had their opportunities. Woods pulling off some good saves, as did Keelan Fallows, to limit the damage. But the final score here at Farley Way in the Isuzu FA Trophy, first qualifying round, Quorn 4, Coventry Sphinx 0.
But there's plenty more action at Farley Way before then on Sunday afternoon, 2 o'clock kick-off.
And that's all she wrote here on the Coventry Sphinx YouTube channel. Highlights will be available tomorrow. Unfortunately, going to be better viewing for Quorn fans than Coventry Sphinx, but you can take a look at the best of the action. Just search Coventry Sphinx Football Club on YouTube. You'll find our YouTube channel. And remember to subscribe if you haven't already. Next time we're on air, next Saturday, for the visit of AFC Rushden and Diamonds. Until then, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.
2 weeks today.